This is multiplication lesson number 9. There are 14 multiplication lessons altogether. In this multiplication lesson, we will be learning the 7 times table. So, let's take our camera and move in closely to some of the problems that we are going to be looking at. Let's set our focus on these 4 problems. The first one you already know. 7 times 7 is 49. This is a square. We also learned that 7 stood for football. 1 touchdown and 1 extra point. 7 points. 2 sevens, we really think football. And when we think football, we think of San Francisco 49ers. You might also remember this problem if you think of the California Gold Rush miners. They were also called 49ers. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 and 7 had dinner for 2. 6 and 7 had dinner for 2. 42. Get it? You might also say 6 and 7 had tea for 2. You may learn it either way. You might also remember this problem and the answer 42 by thinking of 7 times 7 is 49 and subtracting 1 7. 49 minus 7 is 42. Three times 7 is 21. 2 times 7 is 14. And if you add another 7 to 14, you get 21. Football fans think 3 touchdowns and 3 extra points. 7 plus 7 plus 7. 21. Four times 7 is 28. If we know that 3 times 7 is 21, then by adding another 7, we get 28. 21 plus 7 is 28. Some people remember this by thinking that 2 times 7 is 14. Now if you double that, we could say that 4 times 7 is 28. In other words, 14 plus 14 is 28. In the same way, we can see down on the lower line that 7 times 6 is 42. 6 and 7 had dinner for 2. 7 times 3. 3 touchdowns and 3 extra points. 21. 7 times 4. Remember that 7 times 3 is 21. We are now going to add one more 7. 21 plus 7 is 28. So now let's look at some problems where I do not give you the answers. However, I will give you some clues. I've mixed the problems up a little bit. 6 times 7. 6 and 7 had dinner for 2. 6 and 7 had tea for 2. 42. 7 times 7. Think San Francisco. San Francisco, 49ers. The Gold Rush people, those miners, were called 49ers. 7 times 3. 3 touchdowns, 3 extra points. 7 plus 7 plus 7. 21. And of course, you can always add 7 to 14 and get 21. 7 times 4. Start with 21 and add another 7, and you get 28. 4 times 7. Same thing as 7 times 4. 28 is your answer. Think 2 times 7 is 14, and then double that. 14 plus 14 is 28. Remember this one now? 6 and 7 had tea for 2. 6 and 7 had dinner for 2. 42 is the answer. 3 times 7. 2 times 7 is 14. Add one more 7 and you get 21. And lastly, our favorite, 7 times 7 is 49. San Francisco 49ers. The gold miners were also called 49ers. Now you have been taught all the basic multiplication facts. These last 2 lessons were more difficult than some of our earlier lessons. Most of you will find that it does take time to learn your multiplication facts. So go back and review these lessons, especially lessons 8 and 9. When you feel comfortable that you know these multiplication facts, you are then ready to move ahead to Lesson 10. Lesson 10 will be a review of everything that has been taught.